Now we understood the system landscape. After understanding the system landscape, now I wanted to know a little bit more about what do you mean by GUI? What do you mean by Fiori? And how should I understand all these things, right? Let's say if whenever I wanted to talk about this, my system landscape, I know. Now, what is development? I have an idea. What is quality? I have an idea. Now I wanted to get into the system and see how exactly this works, what exactly this means, right? Now, for us to understand this in detail, let's get into SAP GUI and Fiori both and see today how to navigate between them. Okay. In case you guys prefer to have a quick break, I think we'll also go for that. Not to worry. So let me pause that. So we just wanted to understand what is GUI, what is Fiori, and how to work with that. Earlier, we seen that how many of you know the Fiori, and you guys said that only a few people or everybody whoever answered that they never uh, worked or knows about what is Fiori. Now, for us to go with the GUI to understand it further, how many of you already have your GUI installed on your system? You have your SAP GUI login pad or launch pad, which is available. Just to confirm me through the poll, so that let me see how many of you have GUI installed. Okay. Okay. There are a few people who has installation. First option is GUI installation, which means you already have it. The second one is yet to install, which means you don't have in your system yet. Okay. Okay, you guys can quickly confirm your status, whether you have it or don't have it, that's okay. Okay. Only 6 people responded out of 11 people. Okay. All right. So out of 6 people, I'm going to close the poll. If somebody wanted to answer quickly, you can answer in next 5 seconds. We are more than 1 minute. We don't need to spend 1 minute for a sample poll. Okay, I'm closing it. Okay, you guys also can see the results. There are only 7 people responded out of total 10 or 11 participants. They said only 2 people have GUI installed and 5 people don't have GUI installed yet. Okay, so maybe for the benefit of yours, I'll also share how to install your SAP GUI in case you wanted to install. And in case you need any help, do reach out to me later from the group or however you wanted to reach. Okay, so now let's understand about what is GUI, how to see that. Whoever has already installed your GUI, you will see something like this. Okay, so first time installation of GUI looks something like this. This is the launch pad or how it looks like. Maybe let me also show you once you install it, how it looks like on your system, right? So let's say that whenever you install, I'm just sharing from my desktop. Let's say this is something called your Launchpad, SAP Launchpad. Okay, whenever you look into this. So let me highlight that for your reference. If this is your desktop, on the desktop, you will see this icon called SAP Logon here, right? Hope all of you can see that SAP Logon here. Where I can highlight this one. Okay, let me highlight this. This is what I'm referring to, SAP Logon. Once you install, you will find this application. This is just like any other application that you install it. Nothing complex, it's a very simple to install as well. So once you install this GUI or the SAP application, you will be able to finally see this window whenever you install it, right? And you will be able to work on that. Let me show you one more time. Once you install, after that, you just need to double click on this. Once you double click, this is how it looks like for the first time. How to get this installed? Maybe for the benefit of everyone, I'm going to share that steps as well so that you can follow that instructions that I'm going to share. And in case you need any help, let me know. Otherwise, you will be able to install on your own. Okay. So let's say, let me come back to this. Okay. So there is very simple steps how you can install it. So this is particularly for a Windows users. If somebody who is using a MacBook or an Apple products, the process slightly differs. This works only for a Windows users. Go with the steps that I'm going to share now. First, what you need to do is you just need to download something called GUI file. This file comes with .zip, which means a zip file. Whenever you wanted to download the zip files, generally our browsers will try to scan the content because it might contain some malicious softwares and we don't know. Whenever you are downloading something in a zip folder, it will ask you to scan it. System through the internet by default, Google Chrome and all other browsers will try to scan the file and confirm there is no malicious content in that. For that reason, it might give you the warning. That's a common thing. But you can trust this because I'm the one who saved this file in my own drive and it is a completely safe. You have nothing to worry. Okay, you can directly download using this link from here. You'll be able to download. I'll share this instructions on this complete file with every registered participant. Those who have not registered, you may not get it. That's the main reason I ask you to share your contact details. Okay, I'll send all these instructions with everyone, those registered. Now, go to this link and download the file whenever you click on this link, right? So it will take you to the Google Drive where, let me see if it is connecting. It will connect to this. It will take you to this path. It will ask you to download it. Okay. So whenever you go there, this is how it says. It says couldn't preview the file. File is too large to preview. You can always click on download because it is a zip file which contains around 900 MB or 7 to 800 MB file, which you can download it. Okay. So make sure you download this file first and extract the content from zip folder to normal folder. How to do that? I have explained that in another session, another video. I'll share that video as well for your benefit so that you can follow the step-by-step process and install this GUI for you to use later. So in case somebody who don't know how to do that, how to install it, you can always refer to the second step where I have created a separate video to how to install, how to deal with that. Just refer to this content and you can install this one. Okay. You should be aware how to install this GUI on your own whenever you wanted to use this software. Later, once you install it, you just need to go for a license, which means we just need to get the server access. For all our students, you will get at a free of cost. You don't need to pay anything extra for this server access. Okay. Somebody who is learning from outside or as a part of different institutes, you check with them or you go with your known sources where you can get your own server for you to practice. Okay. Now, once you install this GUI, what are the things that you need to understand and how to, let me put this here, how to work with that, right? So now let's say these are the simple 2 steps on how to install your GUI application for Windows laptops, or it works for a desktop as well. So you need internet connectivity from the time you install to use this one. Okay, this completely works on internet based, which is a online servers. Okay. Earlier in a ECC system, we used to install that offline version in your laptop without internet also, you will be able to use it. But nowadays, all the S4 HANA versions will not be possible to install in an individual laptops. It has to be hosted on a server and you need to access it. Just refer to the steps and download and install your GUI. Then after that, how to use that. That's what I'm going to explain now. Let's say whenever you install this one, the first time you will find this application, SAP Logon 770. This is the latest version available in the market that I shared with all of you. This link is for 770 version. This is how you see it. The first time you just need to add a new connection. So connection is nothing but to connect to our system landscape. Now I know I have a 3 different system landscapes. Now I want to log into development system. How do I log into my development system? You just need to have that connection here. Who will provide this connection details? If you are in a project, your basis or a security team will provide you the connection details. They will send you the details, something like this. Let's say, for example, so I'll go to one of this system and show you. they will give you the system details, something like this. They just give you the screenshot of it, or they will tell you description, application name, instance number, and system ID. These four details they will provide you, nothing else. They simply forward in an email or a MS Teams, they can ping you this when you ask for it. Or you raise a ticket, in the ticket they will reply with the details. This is your development system details. And similarly, your quality system details and your production system details. Now, you as a consultant should be aware how to configure this system for yourself. If you are not aware this, then it will become difficult. You need to raise a ticket, you need to wait for them to confirm, and you need to check with them. Or you need to wait until your IT team attempt, right? They might have a 1 day, 2 day start or whatever. So being you are an experienced person, you say that you worked in SAP for a 4 years or a 5 years, and you join with the same thing in a project. The people think that you work for a 5 years, you don't know how to install your GUI, how to set your connection, you don't know, right? All these questions will come, right? Adding connection doesn't require any admin permissions. Maybe the installation of this GUI might require in your office laptop, but for adding connection doesn't require. You can add on your own. For to add this development system as a connection, let's say, for example, currently I'm here. Let me add one new more space here. Let's say we are going to work for one of our client. Let's say, let me say that. Where is this? Okay. So let's say new system landscape. I'll name this as a Tata Motors. I'm going to work for a Tata Motors client. So under Tata Motors client, it is like a folder. Under folder, I can have a multiple connections. So now select by Tata Motors and go with a connection, say connection. Add connection. Whenever you add a connection, it will ask you something like this. Just say next and add details here. Description, let's say now I want to log into development server. What I'll do, let's say Tata development 100 server. This is server number 100, client number is 100. So I'm saying as a 100, development 100. So application server, I need to know the server number, something like this, 181.22.10.111.135. This is just a dummy number I'm showing you, but whenever you get your server access, you will get a right application server number that you just need to replace it here. If you try with this, it may not work because I'm just giving you the dummy number. Instance number will be some 2-character code like 110 or a 11 or whatever it may be. System ID S4H, something like this. Is the basic information you need. And say finish. That's it. This is the only information you need to fill in. Now you can see development 100. Now, when I double click on this, it will connect to development 100. Similarly, I wanted to have a quality 100 also. QS1, QS2, there are two different clients, for example. Now I wanted to get into quality server 1. Quality server 1, just click on this, user specified system. Next, here, let's say Tata QS1. Okay. And application server, this might be a different than previous one. This is 180.56.71.130. Okay. And instance number can be anything. So your system ID S4H. Now I have two connections added. One is a development system, other one is a quality system. Whenever I want to perform any development related activities, always I need to log into development system. This server is different, this server is different. Similarly, for a production system, or you have another quality system for a training purpose. So let's say I have one quality system so far, I'll add one more quality system. Let's go and add that connection. Let's say that Tata QS2. This is second client. And this server again might be different. 121.190. Whatever the number you say. Okay. This is how you just need to add multiple connections based on what you are working. Let's say tomorrow you are working for multiple clients parallel. You are working for a Tata Motors, you are working for a Flipkart, you are working for a Walmart, you are working for any other company. Depending on that, all that clients you need to add it here for you to log into the respective system. Make sure you do not confuse and you log into the respective systems only. Okay, without any confusion. All right. Now, Okay. So now, whenever you wanted to log into the respective system, you just need to get into the respective system. For that, we need to have these connections. Just add these connections. All our students will receive these connection details later. For now, the focus is to install this GUI by following these two simple steps. Okay, follow this step 1 and 2 for you to install. You are ready to log into the system. Then I'll provide you the connection details, all these details that I spoke, then you will be able to log in. Okay. Once you are done with that, so let's say now you have already have these many systems logged in or installed. So the moment you double click on this, any connection, let's say I'm getting into development system. So this system will give me details like this to log in. I hope those, if you are using for the first time also, you will be able to understand what information to enter here. This is the client number. In a system landscape that we spoke, you see that here, what is the system landscape that I have? Here, the development maybe the development 1 is 100, the customizing client may be 200. Here, the client number you need to enter. And the username and password as provided to you, you enter accordingly. Once you enter into that, let's say you will land in this page. This is called SAP Easy Access. Once you enter into SAP Easy Access Script, from here, we are going to work with all the stuff. How to work with all the stuff? I'll just show you what to understand, how to understand all that stuff. Now, let's say that you entered into SAP Easy Access Script. From there, you will be able to access all end user related activities only. This SAP Easy Access Script generally is for end users. For us to work as a consultant, for us to manage all the things, what you need to do is, so you need to make sure, let's say, just give me a second. Let's see. Okay, so let me come back to this. Once you have your GUI, the end users will be generally using SAP Easy Access Screen. From here, what they can do, they can use these screens to post their end user activities. This is for particularly the production users. When I go to accounting, this is the core accounting module related. If there is a HR team, they might use human resources. If there is a logistics team, they will use logistics, something like this. Okay. Now, accounting team always will go with this financial accounting. Under financial accounting, you will find financial accounting. Under that, general ledger. According to that, you can post journal entries. Document entry is all about journal entries. Now, let's say F-02, how to post a journal entry. This is how your business users would be using it. Here, they don't see an access to configuration activities. What is configuration activities? Like I mentioned, they will not be able to do any system changes or a configuration changes by end users. With that intent, they will not get access to SPRO menu. We as a consultant, what we need to understand here is we need to access SPRO menu. Currently, this is called your SAP Easy Access Script. By default, it will land here. Now, as a consultant, we need to access to SPRO menu. Now, understand a little bit about the navigation here. So now this is the simple favorites menu which has been given here. If I click on this, it says user menu. Currently, it was different earlier, whatever I was in. This is SAP menu. This is user menu. This is my user specific. Whenever I log in with my user ID, for example, if I go with the bottom right corner here, where you see session manager at this moment. If you click on this small inverted triangle, it will show you some details, which system you connected, what is your client, what is the username that you logged in with. I logged in with a username called KNR trainer. So currently the transaction that I'm using is session manager. So the response time that it took for me to access this is 735 milliseconds. This is a bit of technical information. Don't worry about it. Now, this is the username that I connected with. Now, the user menu is for this particular user, KNR trainer. Now, when I grant access to you, a new user ID, you may not find all these things. this is set by me for my purpose, or these are the things granted for my user ID. Whatever has been granted to you, you will find only those things here. This can be slightly different from your user ID to my user ID. Now, if I go back to SAP menu, this is your easy access screen. This is a common for everyone except the favorites. This is how you will find. You will find two things. One is SAP menu, other one is a favorites. Favorites is all about whatever you add to the favorites that you can see. Now SAP menu is all about, this is a standard SAP menu for all the users, irrespective you log in with this user ID or your user ID or whatever the user ID, everyone will have same SAP easy access screen. Now the difference between this is user menu is a user specific, SAP menu is common for everyone. Now that's one thing. Now this is for your inbox. We also call it as a business workplace. Whenever you are working with Outlook, you know you can receive emails, you can send emails. Similarly, if you want to communicate something with somebody within your department or with any user, those are using the same system landscape, right? Those people whoever is connected to, let's say, Tata Motors server, they can contact or they can send communication from here also. Use this business workplace. From business workplace, you will be able to send a communication. This is like your inbox, outbox, and everything. It says a new message. You can write a new message to that person if you wanted to write to somebody, right? If I want to write to somebody, let's say title, new test message, test email, or some requirement that you wanted to send it. You are not supposed to use email because emails are tend to be hacked, or there will be a chance that you can share some confidential information from your Outlook to somewhere else. Now, I don't want that to happen in my project. I want to communicate everything through here itself. Now, in your project, they will say that use business workplace to send any documents or emails. Now, you wanted to send some confidential information, some document to other consultant. Use business workplace and write whatever email that you wanted to write and enter the recipient name here. How do you enter? Let's say, for example, I'll enter my name itself, KNR. When I type my name, it accepts. Or you can also search from this list, whatever the users available here. It says internal users, distribution list, and you can continue. So here you can enter the name and you will be able to search it. If I say continue, it gives me all the user IDs, last name, first name, and you can see. Let's say if I want to go with any one name, let's say I wanted to send it to finance team. I'll go with the finance, right? You select this, you'll be able to continue. Okay, you say copy, and Frankie Finance has been added here, something like this. So you can send an email to that people. So later we'll look into this. This is not so important at this moment. I'm just showing you a simple feature. Whenever you get in here, you can see all that. So this is workplace. This is to add your favorites. Whatever you wanted to add to your favorites bar here, whatever you see here. Under this, I want to add certain transaction codes. We'll talk about what is transaction code also. And you can add as a favorites. And this is to play around your delete favorites, edit favorites, and all these things. Okay. So we'll go to the next level. Now you are into SAP Easy Access Screen. Now as a consultant, you wanted to do certain configuration. How do I do it? I need SPRO screen. Now, first thing for us to understand, as soon as you log in, the window that you see here is called a session. Either you can call it as a session or one window. Now in S4HANA, let's say, how many of you used ECC system earlier? How many of you worked in ECC system so far? Anyone aware about what is ECC? The SAP so far, whatever, whether ECC or S4HANA, how many of you worked as end users? Earlier, I have seen some response, but it's still quickly. Either you can raise your hand or chat or mute and say, how many of you worked on SAP screens earlier? It can be anything, whether it's a consultant, end user, whatever it may be. If you guys worked, so how many sessions like this can be opened in SAP? Currently, I opened one session. So likewise, parallelly, how many more sessions can I open? Anyone?
I think six, Nasina.
Is it a 6?
6.
Okay. Someone is saying 6. Okay. Any other answers?
9.
9. Okay, good. Keep going. There's
6,
some
sir.
interesting fact. Okay, 6. Okay. Anyone has any different answer? Okay. Now, when you become a consultant, this is also important for you to know the very basic things. Okay. So nothing to worry whether you shared a correct answer or a wrong answer, but still okay. Now correct yourself. Now get understanding of how many sessions can I open in SAP. Now it is depending on which version that you are using it. Let's say if I'm using ECC, that answer is different. If I'm using S4 HANA, that answer is different. Now let's understand that. Practically, I'll show you that. In ECC system, you can open only 6 maximum. Whereas in S4 HANA system, you can open 16 sessions. 10 more has been additional. Okay. Now practically, I'll show you how to add a new session, multiple ways. 16 sessions we can open at once. You can work with 16 sessions at a time. If I go here, let me close this one. Now, how many active sessions you guys can see currently? It's just one. Okay. Don't consider this logon pad. This is just a logon pad, but this is my active session. Okay. So now to open a new session in S4 HANA or ECC, wherever, there are multiple ways. One is this, the square box that you see here is called command field. Whenever the command field is not appearing, it is maybe because it is hidden. If you see this arrow mark, it is not back button. It is called close command field. Observe this very carefully now for the first time. Going forward, you will not have confusion. By mistake, you might think that this is a close button, you clicked it. You didn't realize what happened. At a click of that button, you didn't realize that command field got hidden or got closed when you clicked on it. But you realize there is a one more similar button. But now you click on this one once again. Nothing is happening. Maybe you couldn't make out first time. Okay. You have closed accidentally the command field. Command field will help you to open command field again back. Click on this. Open command field. The same arrow. Now this is command field where you can enter certain commands for SAP system. SAP is all about command system. Command is what? Enter certain code. Based on that code, system will read and will act accordingly. Now, I want to unlock my mobile. You will enter some code. With that code, system will understand. Whenever you wanted to close certain application, you use one of the action depending on your phone. Now, I want to close certain application. Let's say currently I am here. I want to close this window. I'll always use this close button. If I want to minimize, I'll minimize this. These are clicks, button clicks. But there is other than graphical clicks or a mouse clicks, the different way of communicating with system is a command. That command you need to provide. What command to provide? If I know that language, I can give the command. If you are somebody looking into SAP for the first time, I'm sure you don't know what is transaction code. Those who already worked as an end user or worked as a consultant, you know what is transaction code. Now, whenever you wanted to communicate with SAP screens, you need to know transaction codes. Then it will become easy for you to access certain things. Now, command field helps you to enter transaction code, or in technically that is a command. You need to enter some command here. What command? That is called transaction codes. Enter a transaction code of whatever the screen that you wanted to access. Now I wanted to go to SPRO menu. Now how do I do it? You can enter SPRO directly here. Maybe let me keep that in a caps. It is not a case sensitive, but I enter in a case sensitive caps for easy visibility for you. Okay. Now it is SPRO. Currently I am in SAP Easy Access Script. Observe very carefully. And I'm saying SPRO. It will move on to the next screen. It has moved to the SPRO menu. From here, you click on SAP Reference IMG for us to do the configuration. As a consultant, we do all the configuration using IMG script. What is full form of IMG? You can see this display IMG. That is called implementation guide. Implementation guide, in short, we call it as IMG. Whenever next time we refer to IMG guide or go to IMG screen, go to SPRO and click on IMG. Now you will land here. This is one way of moving further and access various screens. Still, there is only one active session. Now, let me go back. When I use escape button from my keyboard, it will also come back, or you can always click on this back arrow, which will take you to the back session. Now, how do I open multiple sessions? So far, there is only one session it is reflecting. Now, if I want to open one more new session, you see this one, new GUI window. You can click on this always. If you click on this, it will open one more new window. Okay. By default, it will land in SAP Easy Access Screen. So that is SAP design. So by default, it will land on SAP Easy Access window. From here, you can enter any command or a T code for you to navigate further. Now let's understand how exactly you need to open. Now, for now, I'm able to access Easy Access Screen using this window. I mean this button. That is one way of doing it. Now, without using my mouse, can I still do it? Yes, using your keyboard shortcut Control N. If I go here, it is not showing any control or shortcut keys. Always you activate one of the window, click on any window and say Control N. I'm pressing Control N from my keyboard where it will open another window. Currently, 3 windows has been opened. If I go and check how many windows opened, you can also see that here. There is 1, 2, 3 windows has been opened. Now, you can see 3 windows. Now I want to open 4th window. What is the other way of opening one more window? Always find this SAP logo at the left side top. Whenever you wanted to open or close windows or stop sessions, you can go to this menu, this left side icon, and say new GUI window. This is another way of opening it. You can open one more new GUI window. So it is taking time. It has opened 4th one now. When I go with the same option here, you will also find stop transaction. Whenever you run certain report, something is happening, directly you will not stop that. Always you need to use this menu. From here, you will be able to stop the transaction. Now, as usual, you can use minimize, maximize, close, all these options as usual. Now, this is how you can open using this option, and you can also open from this icon, or you can also use Control N as a shortcut. 3 ways so far, and the 4th way. Now from here, the command field, enter /O, say /O, followed by anything that you wanted to. When I say anything, any other transaction code. Otherwise, let's say simply /O, press enter. It will tell you what you wanted to do. If you say /O, it will tell you, it will give you the list of all the sessions that has been opened by time. What time you opened each session. You so far accessed. There is a 2 is hiding. 2 is not displaying because I have opened a second session and closed it for some reason. And that's the reason 2 is not displaying here. Let's say this is the 5th window currently we are in. This is the 5th window. This is my 4th window, for example. If it is the 4th window, I'll close this one. Okay. From here, I'll go here and say, and let's say /O and see what happens. Now you see, okay, 1 is displaying, 2 and 3 is missing here number because we opened them in between, but we closed it again for some reason. So currently only 3 active windows are there. Now what you want to do with these 3 windows? Do you want to close any of the window? Then select that and say delete session. Nothing will happen. It just will close. Delete is nothing but only close here. Not all the places, only for this particular purpose. Now I want to close 5th one, say this one. Now you want to close 4th one, say this one. Okay. Now I don't want to delete or close any of these sessions, but I want to open one more new window. For that, you can always click on create. If you say create, it will create one more new session. Now you can see this, a new session has come up. This is how a new window you can open. Always go with this /O and say create. Now you can see the second has regained and 3rd one, it will fill it now. Now you can see this. Now 1, 2, 3 is again not showing up. 4, 5, 6, you can see that. Now currently the 5 sessions are active. Okay. Now let's say one more session. I'll continue. there are 6 sessions are opened actively. If I go here, it will also show you all active sessions, whatever you have opened. This is one way of accessing all these windows. Now, apart from that, let's say that now I wanted to navigate further. I wanted to understand further transaction codes. Now I'll go with the first transaction code called FIORI. Now, whenever I wanted to access FIORI, we'll come back to this later, how to work and all those things. So now I wanted to access my first transaction code FIORI. Now let's say currently I am in easy access screen. So whenever you are in easy access screen, there are two options. Always we need to enter transaction code directly here. Let's say SPRO. When I say SPRO, it will take me to the SPRO, where you can enter the direct transaction code on easy access screen. Now, if you are not on an easy access screen, let's say I'm already on SPRO. From SPRO, I wanted to open one more SPRO. If I say SPRO, it will not work. Nothing will happen. There is only one SPRO screen. If I can show you from here, you can see there is only one SPRO at the last. All are like easy access. You can see this easy access, easy access, easy access, easy access. And this is display, right? So that's how you can see it. Okay. FIORI full form, we'll get into that later, which is just SAP calls this as a FIORI, but later we can understand that in detail. For now, there are 6 sessions opened here whenever I wanted to see that. Now the last session is on SPRO menu. Now from easy access, you can directly enter any T code. But whenever apart from easy access, you move to other screens, that will not work. Whenever you enter any T code directly here, let's say SPRO or BP, nothing will work. They may not work as it is. Okay. So now let's say that. So now whenever I wanted to get into BP transaction code, it will not work here. But when I enter BP here, it will work. Understand where it will work, where it will not work. From easy access screen, you can directly enter T code and navigate easily to whatever the transaction code. Now, how can I get into the desired transaction code or a session directly from anywhere, right? For that, a small technique you just need to use /O. If you say /O, it will open another window, open new window with /O. I'm just giving a space for easy visibility. Otherwise, space is not mandatory. /O and say BP. It will open BP session alongside this IMG screen. IMG screen will remain as it is and will open one more session called BP now because I am saying /O BP. Okay, /O will help you to open one more window by not closing the current window. Simple. Okay, let me go with this. Now you will be able to see this BP and also IMG both. Now I want to open one more transaction code. From BP, I wanted to access one more. If I say /O, it will keep BP screen as it is and will open one more screen. But I don't want BP. I just wanted to replace the screen, the same BP screen with something else. That's okay. Close BP and open something else. For that, I will say /n. N is nothing but new screen, new within the same thing. You are completely switching from BP to other screen. Now I don't want to close from here and open from elsewhere. You can directly say /n and your desired transaction code. You enter desired transaction code, which will help you to get into that. Let's say instead of BP, I will say F-0. I wanted to post some journal entry after this. I will say /n. What will happen? Observe this carefully. And so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions are there. Whenever I say /n, will it create 8th session or will it remain only 7 sessions? That's what we need to understand. What is your guess? Will it open 8th one or will it have only still 7 when I say /n?
Will open the new one.
So when I say /n, it will have only the same session with the same number of sessions. So far we have 7 sessions. We will remain with the same 7 sessions. It will not become 8 sessions. Okay. Instead of BP, it will open F-02 screen. That's it. Okay. Whenever I use /n, it will replace within the screen. Now it has replaced on the same screen. And if I go here, instead of BP, I see F-02. Still, I can see 7 sessions. Okay. Now I have a 7 sessions. I wanted to open 8th session now. Now what I'll do, instead of /n, I'll say /o. Very simple techniques. As and when you use it, it will become very easy for you to remember. Don't worry. Okay. At this moment, it looks new, but when you use, it is very easy. Now /o, I will say one more transaction code, SC16N. So something new. What is SC16N? Don't even worry. Later we can look into that. Now focus only on /n or /o. That's it. Now, if I press enter, before pressing enter, I'll show you one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions are there. It will open 8th session because I'm saying /o. Okay. Now the F-02 remains here, and you can see SC16N additional window has opened. /o helps you to open additional session always. Now you can see 8th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hope you are able to connect it very easily, right? Now tell me. 5 minutes. Now, this is the one way of working with that. Now, let's say after entering command field here, let's say /n, I'm already on particular session on F-02. If I say /n, what will happen? It will replace this and will take me back to easy access screen, the original screen. Okay. So /n, always I enter command here, type the command and press enter key from your keyboard. Or you can also use this enter field. This enter button, you can click with your mouse. Anything is okay. If you click on this also, it works as an enter button. It is taking me back to this window. Now, after installing SAP, I just wanted to understand which version I am currently in. Always make sure you are using the latest version of SAP. How do I check whether it is the latest version or an old version, whether it is a ECC, S4HANA? How do I know? There should be some name, right? How can I check that? Can I check that? Let's go and check. Remember this point. You can refer to this later and check your installed SAP is which version. Okay. Go to system. From system, access status. From status, you will be able to see which version you are using. This is important for you as a consultant in project and also here for a practice purpose. You need to know which version you are using. So when at the moment I get in here, the first thing, the status, system status, it is telling me what is my client name, what is the username that I am used to log in which language that I logged in. Okay, and also it will tell you when was that previously logged in and accessed and everything it is showing. Okay, now it will also tell you about some transactions and all this at this moment. Don't worry. Now focus on this product version. I wanted to know which version that I am using it. Okay, you can also see the remaining information like database. Currently we are using HDB. What is HDB? HANA database. H for HANA, D for DB for database. HANA database is developed by SAP. You can see SAP HANA database. And if you go to product version, you will be able to see. You see this details button here. Click on this details button, which will tell you the complete information about which version of SAP you are using. This is the same thing that you can check in your project and your practice both. You go to installed product versions. This is installed software component versions. There will be a lot many things you might get confused, but go to installed product versions. These many products has been installed. These many things you have access to. You need to have access to screen personas. You need to have access to S4HANA on premises. You need to have access to FIORI. This is what other thing that I was talking to. S4HANA comes with FIORI applications. Whenever you purchase any SAP license from anywhere, you need to make sure you have a FIORI access. Whether you have a FIORI access or not, how can you check? You go to your installed product version tab and check whether you have a FIORI for S4HANA is available or not. You need to have on-premises, foundation, FIORI. These three things should be available. If there is a web platform, which is a well and good. So whatever you see more, which is an additional thing. The release, S4HANA release is 2023 version. This is the latest version available in the market. You are also going to get the same version. All our students is going to get. This is from who is the vendor providing this software? This is provided by SAP.com, which is the genuine software that you are going to get for your practice as well. This is how you can check always your SAP version. What is the version that you currently using it? Okay. Go and check once you install your version and get a server details that I'm going to share. You can check the server, or from wherever you get a server details, check that which version you are going to use. Somebody might say that we are giving you the latest version, but when you go and check the status, it might tell you 2021 or 22 or whatever the versions. Make sure better if you have the latest version, it is better. Otherwise, still okay. 2022 is also fine. Nothing wrong. 21, 22, not much changes except very minute changes. Particularly if it is prior to 2020 version, like a 1902 and those versions are not recommended, because there is a lot of changes happened after 1909. 19 is what? 2019. 09 is September. 2019 September, SAP has released other version in 1909. That's the latest version. After that, you see small changes in every year, version to version. Now, after installing this, now you have installed it, GUI, you have seen a very basic things, how to log in, how to open session, how to close and all these things. Now with the command field, few more things for us to understand. Whenever I wanted to end the current session, currently I am in current place, I wanted to close this particular window. Okay. Only this window. Now let's say, for example, I have around 8 sessions open here, right? Out of 8, I wanted to close this particular one, only this one. How many ways you can close? You can go to this icon and say close. And second option, you can use this close button. 2 ways. And third way, from this window, use /i. Either caps or a small, anything is okay. When I say /i and press enter, it will get closed. It has closed. Earlier I had 8, now I have only 7. Okay. Now, as usual, you click on any one session and use Alt F4 from your keyboard. If you are a Windows user, you can close Alt F4 as usual. This is how you can close. Now I have only 6. This is how you can access session, how to close, how to open anything. Now, I want to completely log out from all the sessions. I have opened multiple sessions. We understand S4HANA gives 16 sessions. Let me quickly try 16 sessions. I'll keep press Control N, Control N, Control N from my keyboard so that you can see multiple sessions will get open. You can see tuck, 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 it is opening all multiple sessions. If I go here, I can see multiple sessions. Let's say some more I'll open. I'll reach until the maximum level. Maximum is 16 sessions. When I reach, it will give me the warning message. You reached maximum number of sessions. Now you can see this message. Everybody can read this, right? Maximum number of GUI sessions reached. What does it mean? You have reached maximum sessions that SAP allows, which is 16. If I go here, you can see this. This contains 16 sessions. Everything has their name also, which screen that you are currently in. They all 15 are easy access. Only one is a business partner. Okay. So fine. If I want to navigate, I can always go back here. I'll say this. So I'll say /n. I'll come back to easy access. Now all the sessions are in easy access. This is how you can access all. Now, if I want to close, should I click 16 times to close one by one? You no need to. How do I do that? There are 2 ways again. So you go here and say, I think you are not getting that option. From here, you will get a log off. From system and say log off. When you say log off, all open SAP sessions will get closed automatically. This is one way of doing it. Other way of doing it, say /n and ex. /n ex. When you say /n ex, it will automatically close all the sessions. Okay, that you can experiment later. Otherwise, I need to re-log in one more time. So to avoid that, I'm just not entering it. You can experiment on that. /n ex you enter. It will close all the sessions you opened, whether it is a 16, 15, 14, whatever you open, all the sessions will get all at once. It will get log off. You don't need to do individual closure of it. Okay. So that's one way of navigating with GUI windows. Now later, there is a lot of other navigation that I'll show you once we start the configuration. At this moment, there's a basic thing that you need. You can also look into this, the print option, find option, all these things will be as usual what you use it. Now, I wanted to access Fiori. The first time, as soon as you install SAP and try to access Fiori, first time it may not work. So I'll replicate the same issue here and I'll show you what happens whenever you try to access for the first time Fiori application. How do I access Fiori application? Let me quickly tell you the few points for you to understand. Whenever after installation, what you need to do, add connections. What are the connections and you need? Add one development, add one quality, add one production. At least minimum 3 connections you add it. If you want to add more, you just add dev 100, let's say dev 100 and dev 200. You add multiple clients, which will be more convenient for you. Or if you want to add dev 300 also fine. You can add multiple things. Quality also same way. Quality 100. Every server will have their own number. Okay, it can repeat also. 100 is repeating, doesn't mean that it's the same thing. It is development 100, but this is quality 100. Similarly, you can have quality 300 also. Whatever the number you wanted to have. Maybe the production 100. If you want to add multiple, add like this. So that you will see multiple connections in our launchpad here. In this launchpad, you can see multiple connections. Okay, so make sure you add the connections. After that, navigation in GUI. How to navigate on a GUI? Use that after logging in. So use /n command, which we have already seen. Let's say /n helps for what? We have already seen. How does this /n helps? /n will give you, it ends the current transaction and starts new one in the same session. Okay. Ends current transaction and starts new one in the same session. Example, /n SPRO. When you say /n SPRO, wherever you are in, it will replace that with SPRO screen now in the same window. Similarly, let's say /o. Whenever I say /o, what it happens? It's completely
Open new session.
It's open the new session. It's completely starts new session. New, I would say, additional session for you to make it easy. Example, same way, /o. I'm just giving a space here. It is not mandatory, just for your understanding, not to read together. That's the reason I'm saying /o. Either you enter space with space or without space. It works for both, not to worry. Okay. /o and I'll say BP, for example. BP is a transaction code. Okay. Now, whenever I wanted to understand other things, /n I understand. And when I enter without any additional transaction code, only /n, then what happens? It will replace the same session and it will open, it will land in SAP Easy Access script. Now, whenever I wanted to close one particular session, then use /i. When you say /i, maybe let me keep this as small letter so that it will be easy for you to recognize. It will close current window. Only one window. Okay. It will not close all. But whenever you want to close all, let's say, for example, /n ex. Whenever you enter /n ex, it will close all SAP windows. Okay, whatever you opened, all the SAP windows, it will close all at once. You don't need to separately close one by one. There's a one way of doing it. Okay, there's just a few shortcuts for you to help navigate. Then, as usual, you can always use shortcuts, Control+N to open. Let's say open new window. To open a new window, use Control+N. To close, either you can use /i or you can use Control+F4 as usual. Few basic things. Later, I'll add more shortcut keys and everything for you to get access. Now, after understanding this, I wanted to know about FIORI navigation. First time, log in to FIORI. How to do that? You just need T code or URL. Either you need a T code or a URL to access FIORI application. Though it is a part of SAP, but you need to know what is the T code to access. If somebody provides you the link for this server, you are good. Otherwise, you can also copy the link if you know the transaction code. What is the transaction code to access this is slash, sorry, the thing directly slash will not work here. /n/UI2. What is UI? User interface, second user interface. What is first user interface? That is GUI. GUI is always first user interface. FIORI is a second user interface. So you can remember that way. UI2 / FIORI Launchpad, FLP, FIORI Launchpad /n/UI2 / FLP, FIORI Launchpad. If I enter this command here, sorry. Okay. When I enter this /n/UI2 / FLP, it will take me to FIORI application, which is a web-based application, just like an Internet Explorer, Chrome browser that you used. You can use the same way. When I press enter, the first time it might ask a window, pop-up window. There it will show you the link as well. Now, currently, if you observe this carefully, it is directing to some link. This is called your FIORI application link. All you need is this FIORI application link. Either you need to have this FIORI link differs from server to server. Let's say if you want to work with the server that I'm going to share from one particular server, that server will have this URL. If you have a different server credentials, this FIORI application may not work. This link will change from server to server, but transaction codes never change. These are SAP standard. This is fixed, but this FIORI link will get changed. Okay. FIORI URL, in case you wanted to use, you can use this way. Let's say, 1 second, I'll just put here. I'll put it here. Okay, this is FIORI URL. So either use transaction code or a URL to access your FIORI application. First time, whenever you access, don't get tensed or don't worry. It says can't reach this page. It looks like something wrong. First reason, there might be issue with our internet connectivity. First thing, first make sure you check. As all of us are on a call, live call, there is no issue with the internet connectivity. That's for sure. Similarly, you confirm your internet is working fine by checking any other things, right? Or if there is a fluctuation of internet also, it is keep on and off your router or mobile data, whatever you are using it. There might be also you see this, but that's a very common simple issue. But in this case, that internet is not an issue. It is also saying check if there is a typo in this link. If this link, whatever I copy pasted, what if I copy pasted contains initially additional space like this? That is also causes this issue. Or in between or at the end, there is some additional characters. Maybe something got added. That is also might be an issue. Now, how would I understand what is issue and what it is, whether it is correct or not? Always recommended to launch from here. Go back to your GUI session and launch with the help of the same T code one more time. Enter /n/UI2 / FLP. It will direct you to the FIORI application automatically. The moment it lands first time, this is the link is correct. Nothing to worry on that. Now internet is working fine. I'm sure there is something wrong from a server side. This is a problem in a server. Which server? Or let me check whether it is a server or my system settings. First thing, we'll check in our system settings. First time usage for a FIORI application, you need something called a host file. Whenever you are using S/4HANA particularly, if you are using ECC, that is okay. That doesn't require this host file. Particularly for S/4HANA system, you need something called host file. This is a common thing that you face it whenever you use for the first time. Second time onwards, you don't need to worry. One time you set this file, you are all set. Okay. Now you need something called host file. What you need to do is you just need to replace this host file in your particular folder. I'll take you there. So go to this path. Always in your system also, I'll give this for your reference. Okay, go to C drive and then navigate to Windows. Just like what you know, you can go to folder wise, C drive, then Windows folder and System32 and drivers and etc. The same thing what you can do directly, run, use Windows plus R to get this. Let's say, you know Windows button, right? How it looks like a four windows, four squares in your keyboard. You can use that Windows key plus R. It will open this run dialog box. You call this as a run dialog box. In run dialog box, you paste this. Okay. From Windows R, enter this one. It will land in this path. That is the same path that we are talking about. You can see this C drive, Windows, System32, drivers, etc. That's the same thing that I'm navigating. Here you will find some host files. By default, there will be some host files. What you need to do is there is something called hosts, where I'll share that host file once you get a system credentials. I will also share the host file that looks something like this, and the file type is a file. Okay, make sure file type is file, and you receive this file. Once you receive this file, all you need to do is come to this folder and replace the existing host file. Now let's say there is some existing host file, something like this. You will find some host file. Ignore this host copy, whatever you see. Right? This hosts, you will find it. You just need to replace the file that I'm going to share with this file. Once you replace, it might ask you the warning. Just accept or say yes. Then you are set. Okay. After replacing the host file, which I'm going to share, then you go back to your FIORI application. Just now I replaced it and say refresh. You can refresh using this or press enter from here. Or you can relaunch from your GUI also. Anything is okay. However you want to do it, do it. Come to this link one more time. Let me refresh simply. It will automatically loads. It loads this application. Maybe for the first time, it will ask you one more confirmation. Maybe as I have already used it, it is not showing. It will also show you advanced at the left side. Advanced right side, it says close. Click on advanced left side, which will give you one more link at the bottom. Proceed. Say proceed to your link. Proceed to this link, it will show you. When you click on a proceed, then it will land on this page. Now all you need to do is log in here using your credentials. Now let's say, for example, my user ID is KNR trainer. Accordingly, I'll also provide your user IDs. You can log in with that and log in with your user IDs. Okay. Now I'm logging in with my user ID and password. Whenever I enter username and password, it is logging into the client 100 here. So this user ID and with the client 100, I'm entering in. So it lands something like this. It says nothing here yet. This for the first time. This is how it looks like when you log in. So you can edit this page. Currently, I'm in a My Home. Instead of a My Home, if I want to rename, go to edit page for the first time. Here you can change it to everything. Add tile, hide tile. We'll understand all that. Okay, so let me close this for the first time. Now currently it landed here. This is your FIORI application. Generally, FIORI application is web-based application, which can be easily accessible. Whatever you see at the top here is called groups. Groups similar to your folders. We have grouped certain things under one. Now general ledger related, I have grouped here. Now whatever you see these square boxes are technically called as tile. It is like a floor tiles, what you write, what you add it at your home. This is like a tiles. I have filled with many tiles here. Each tile is called application. One application like this window. Now let's say, for example, I'm here. Let's say F-02. F-02 gives me to post a certain transaction. Now similarly, let's say I wanted to get into FB03 to display a document. So to work on this, I enter FB03 where I can enter document number and open this one. This is called one window or a session, or also you can call it as FB03 is one application. Similarly, I can access my FB03 from here. Let's say FB03 I enter. It may not give me the direct result whenever I search with a transaction code here. Okay, but what you can do is display document. When I say display document, it gives me an options, the multiple options it gives. So this is how you search in Fiori, whatever you need. Majority of them may not directly work with transaction code. You just need to search with the tile name or application name. So let's say display document. When I say display document, you will have the similar feature what I see here. So let's say the left side you see, I have document number, company code, fiscal year. Here also you see display document, initial screen, document number. You have some more options here to enter that. Okay. So where you can access this. Similarly, whatever you can do in GUI, all the configuration you can also do using Fiori applications. In upcoming sessions, we will learn how to do that configuration using Fiori application. We'll do step by step and I'll show you how can I do all the configuration in Fiori. How do I create master data? How do I enter transaction data? How do I run various reports? All that we'll see in Fiori also. So that you will become familiar with GUI and also with Fiori both. Nothing to worry. Now, little navigation to understand. Now, if you wanted to come out from this display document, you can always click on exit, or you can click on this arrow. Arrow will take you one step back. Exit will completely close and take you to the home screen. And you click on SAP, navigate to home. You click on this logo SAP, which will automatically take you to the home page, the same home page. Similarly, whatever you wanted to work, you can always come back, close, and all these things. And here it will show you personalize your navigation bar. How you wanted to personalize, you can see that. Now, currently, you see this pin. Pin means general ledger accounts payable has been pinned. When you pin it, they will show at the top here. When you unpin, that will get hide. It will not show. General ledger and not show. Only my home currently. Now, if you want to show number of folders, you can see this, whatever is available here. Now I wanted to have, let's say, general ledger. And I also need cash management. I need business partner governance. These three things I'm adding it. Now, what if I want to add something new name here, the way I want one more new name to be added here. Like my name, under my name, I want to create one more folder. So I can I do that? Yes. Go to your profile at the right side top. Click on edit current page. If you say edit current page, which will give you an option. Here it says add tile, hide section. And you also have a section. Each and everything that you see is a section. General ledger section, cash management section, business partner governance. Now I'll add one more new section with my name, for example. Let's say KNR Trainer. Okay. So, and I will simply say close. Now I can see, where did this go? Okay. Maybe it is not pinned. Let me go down. Where is this? I think it has hidden somewhere. So I should have pinned it. Maybe I'll come back and show you that one more time. Okay, KNR Trainer. So let's say add tile. Under this, I just wanted to add some tiles. Whenever you wanted to add tiles under particular section, you just need to go here with the navigation with all the tiles left side, or also you can search here. Let's say I wanted to have a document display. Document display. And it will throw all the results. Now I wanted to have this document display, for example, which is cash management document display. Or if I want some other document display, I'll pick accordingly. Yeah, I need display billing documents. Just click on plus, add to section. It will add to which is a section. It will add to the section called KNR Trainer. So it will add it. Now it has been added to so and so homepage. Okay. So now I'm done with this. So now you can see the tick mark. Okay. Now I'll go back. Again, I'll go back. Go back. Now I can see one tile has been added. Okay. Now I'll say close. When I say close, I can see KNR Trainer under my home has been added. So same way I can add number of tiles or the sections, whatever I wanted to add it under this one. Okay. Later we'll see more how to add, how to delete all that. There's a lot of things to understand. At one go, it will become very hard for you to remember everything. But let's understand a very basic thing. Whenever I open this document again, I wanted to know few technical details about this tile. So after opening this tile, go to this profile again, say about. It will tell you about the complete information about this tile. This is talking about VF03 technical component. This is called a transaction code. This is GUI screen as well, which is available, which means if you enter VF03, it will land in the same similar screen. The systems it is using these things and all these things you can see. Later we'll understand how these are important, how it is helpful. Now I'll go to VF03 here. Randomly, I'll pick one of the screen, VF03, enter. If I go to VF03, you will see the similar thing here also. The same thing, whatever you see the structure here. You see display billing documents, you see billing document number, and the more such criteria, exactly the same thing. Maybe the display pattern and the cosmetic changes are different. The functionality is same, including all the menu options. Okay, this is how you can access all your GUI related applications from your FIORI. Later I'll add more. There are more things to understand from this. So like, how can I convert this into my FIORI? Can I enter transaction codes in FIORI also? Yes, we can do that as well. I'll show you how to convert your FIORI application into GUI. Okay, in next session, we'll talk more about how to use these applications, how to start configuration. We'll understand our enterprise structure and more things we'll understand in upcoming class. There are more tiles, more FIORI applications which we use, which will help you to understand it. For now, so let me stop here to allow you guys to clarify any doubts that you have it, so that we can take the things further. Any questions so far?
So now, what is the main difference between FIORI and GUI? And also, this is a new additional feature which is recently implemented.
Okay, good. Okay, FIORI applications comes with only S4HANA version. S4HANA version started in 2015. Okay, from 2015, the FIORI applications are fully functional. Okay, in fact, in 2015, these were like a old FIORI applications. Not all the applications, all the functionality was available, but they started from 2015. They are keep on improving. Even today, they are improving some more functionality in FIORI applications. In short, the FIORI applications comes with S4HANA version from the time they started in 2015. Okay, and the difference between both is the GUI versus FIORI. FIORI is graphical user interface where everything works with your let's say command. Again, here also you need certain commands. You just need to enter transaction code. If you know the transaction code, only you can navigate here. Otherwise, there is a different way to navigate, but still that's a different story. But still, right? That's how you can do that. Now, I can use this GUI application only on computers. When I say computer, on a laptop or on a desktop. Okay. Whereas FIORI applications works on both. Your FIORI application works on laptop, desktop, tab, mobile, everywhere. You can easily access. You can do the configuration. You can also run any report using FIORI application. Whatever you do on GUI, everything can be done from FIORI also. Now, what if I can do all the activities using my mobile? Easy? Acceptable? Now, if I'm using ECC, there is no feature called FIORI application. I have to log into my system. I have to log into my client network. Earlier days, no work from home option because of this lot of data restrictions. Until COVID, I think majority of you might have seen no work from home option. Client networks will not work. You cannot log into SAP, all these things. Now in S4HANA, you sit in remote place, all you need is internet connectivity, log into your tab or a mobile. You can access FIORI application, you work everything. You do configuration, you run a report, everything will be available. That's a one difference, accessibility. Okay, the way you are displaying, there is something called dashboards. How many of you heard about the word called dashboard? Common terminology, nothing to do with SAP. Excel dashboard, Power BI dashboards. whenever we are performing some data analysis, we see graphs, graphical representation of information is called your dashboard. That is possible only in Fiori. In GUI, you cannot bring that. I'll show you that differences in upcoming sessions. You cannot do that graphical display like a graphs and everything in GUI, but you can do that in Fiori, where it is easy to access. And also in Fiori, you can add certain restrictions for a user. Let's say I am general ledger accountant, for example, end user. I will have access to only general ledger and cash management. Okay, so that's the only access you will be given like this. The moment you log in, only you see these many things. You go here, you post on these things, you run balance sheets, profit and loss account, and do all these things. And if you are a cash management working, you just work with these cash related things. That's all access you have as an end user. But if I go with a GUI, I don't see anything specific to my role. If you go to your SAP user menu here, it might have again. But here, clearly it tells you what and all you can access, depending on what access you have. At a high level for you to understand the major differences. Later, we'll add more differences, everything you will be able to understand. Okay. Any other questions?
How development server and or like testing server and production server works in Fiori, Nasima? Like it will be the same structure what we
Okay, good. Okay, the
learned.
Fiori applications, whatever we are using, this works on S/4HANA database. First thing is in a backend, database is same for both your GUI and also Fiori board. For example, I'll just show you quickly one thing. So where you can fetch all the things easily. For example, let me show you this. Okay. I'll just show you one information how to bring it. Let's say business partner one. The business partner one is grouping M11P. Now, same thing I wanted to see here also. Let me bring a business partner. The database is common for both. When I go to business partner, manage business partners. I think it is responding bit slow. Just allow me a second. Okay. I'll say go to business partner and say manage business partner. App cloud not be opened because SAP UIFA component with application would not be loaded. Okay, there is some issue, temporary issue. Let's say let it load. I think I'll be able to show that there is nothing different system landscape for both GUI and Fiori. Both works on the same thing because both need the same server. Okay, so the landscape does not change. Everything is same. In a backend, everything is same. On the front end, it's just an appearance which will get changed. The way of accessing is different, but backend, everything is same for both GUI and Fiori. Whatever you create and save it from your GUI, you will be able to retrieve from Fiori. Vice versa as well. Whatever you do in Fiori, you can also see in GUI as well. Nothing different. Whatever you save here, it will go and save in your server. The same thing happens from GUI as well. Okay.
How do we know that in Fiori we are working in development system, Nasim?
So based on the client number, you see this client number.
Okay.
Based on this client, if you go to your development GUI also, you go here and see what is the client that you are logged in.
Okay.
From the same system status here also, we can see what is the client that you logged in. Client number is most important. That's where I mentioned whenever you are creating your connections, these client numbers, you make these client numbers in your whenever you add this like this, development 100, development 200, like this. Depending on the link that you are using, let's say, for example, this particular link itself, you should know the difference, whether it is a development link or quality link or a production link. But generally in your office, the link will also contains the something. Here it says, for example, so no domain, something like this, right? Instead of this, it will say production server or a production client. And also the client numbers I'm using here as 100, 200 for everything. In reality, in your office, you might also find in your project 100, 200 for a production. For a quality, 300, 400. Maybe for a production, it's a 500, something like that. By looking into the client number, you need to make out whether it is a development or a quality.
And do we get any questions in interview on this?
No, never. You don't
No.
expect. These are a very
Basic.
very basic, I would say. So,
Okay.
but it's for our awareness, we should be aware.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. If no other questions, I think we'll stop here.